You are listening to CrossTalk, a safe place to discuss addiction, recovery, harm reduction, and everything in between. Support for this podcast comes from the Kentucky Opioid Response Effort and Advocates of Recovery. Content and production by the team at Turning Point Recovery Community Center. Now, buckle up and get ready for the show.
Welcome everyone to CrossTalk Recovery, the recovery podcast that supports all forms of recovery. I'm Matt Lewis, and I'm here with
Raj Christian, Oxford House Kentucky State Chairperson, alumni from Oxford House Gemma in Paducah, Chapter 4.
My name is Kaylee Leak. I am the president of Genie House in Paducah and the HSC chair for Chapter.
And I am Mariah from Genie House. I am fundraiser chair.
welcome you all. Glad to have you back, Raj. Those are some titles you got there. Raj was on before talking about Oxford House, and he listed all the rules, and it was a lot. Probably scared some people off, honestly, but I'm a big supporter of the Oxford House, man. I love what they do. I think that it helps a lot of people. It's a good place to start your recovery and to build those relationships with people and have that little extra accountability that we need and start to, build your life back. I've seen a lot of people succeed through there. And Raj wanted to come on today and bring his friends on to talk about some of the events that Oxford House has coming up. But I thought it would be cool, since it's y'all's first time on here, if you guys would share a little bit about what got you into the Oxford House, what you feel comfortable sharing, and how you've enjoyed it to the point you're at today.
All right. Again, my name is Kaylee. I was born and raised in Metropolis and started drinking and using drugs at 12. That progressed for quite some time. I'm 35 now. Got 13 felonies. I've lost custody of all 3 kids, and been through quite a journey to get to my recovery. I've been in Oxford House for 6 months. I got there. I wasn't planning on coming to Oxford. I actually was in jail and was planning on coming out and just drinking, which is, I thought at the time, perfectly acceptable. So something happened and my place fell through, and Oxford was kind of my only option. So when your options decrease, your willingness increases. So
yes, they do.
Yeah, I ended up applying and getting into Oxford. Walked in on the House meeting and was completely overwhelmed. There was a bunch of ayes and seconds, and I didn't understand any of it at the time. But Oxford House has given me the stability that I would not have had on the outside trying to do this on my own. I come out of jail, luckily had a job waiting on me, so I did have some money coming in eventually. But it's given me accountability, and it's given me a sisterhood that I did not expect. We started with a struggling house, and now we've built our house up to where we have community and unity, and we support each other, and we hold each other accountable, and I wouldn't change it for the world. It's given me something I never expected.
That's awesome. What about you?
And I'm Mariah again. Well, I'm not even originally from here, so I didn't even know what an Oxford House was. I started addiction when I was about 18. I'm originally from California. I lived in Texas for about 6 years before coming here. And, of course, a guy was involved when I got in trouble down here almost 4 years ago. And I got brought back here and went to rehab at Lifeline and thought it was, the get-out-of-jail-free card. And I actually got taught stuff there, learned what it is to be sober. And I knew if I went back out there to Texas, or if I went to try to go live somewhere else without sober people around, I wouldn't be where I am today. And so Oxford House has continued to help me get more people in my life that are sober, who are wanting to do the same things, the next right thing as I do. It's given me more sisters in my life that are supportive and understanding, who work the same programs as me, and I'm able to grow in my own sobriety and in my relationship with God and my loved ones. So that's all I love and am appreciative for that. I mean, I'm trusted awesome. Now, and I have people who rely on me for things that I never thought I'd be able to be reliable on again.
That's really cool. How long have you all been at Oxford?
I got there July 31st of last year.
Yeah.
And I think I got there October 21st of last year.
It's great. Well, I'm happy you guys are there and are enjoying it and making something out of it and building your life back and finding it beneficial.
So you know when you first see somebody and they come into your life and you see something in them, you can see that they have something that can work for them and can help them with their life. Mm-hmm. That's what happened when Kaylee first came in. I handed her the Oxford House manual. I handed her the bylaws. As I see something in you, study this. And she sat back and didn't do it for a couple months, and then she decided to sit down and take charge and be a leader in the Oxford House community, and she's doing great.
It's awesome.
Still stubborn, but
Yeah, but he like I said, I was like brand new. It was day 2 in, and here he comes like, hey, blah, 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 blah.
He's a lot,
and here's that, and there's chapter positions coming up. Your first chapter's in 2 weeks, and I'm like, God, I don't know what
crazy.
chapter is.
Because he did that to her, and then she turned around and did that to me. So it's like a whole cycle going on here.
Well, whatever works, you know. Obviously, you guys are succeeding at it, you know. So, but I know how Raj can be.
Don't we all?
Somebody obviously didn't like it too much because they gave you a black eye.
Yeah. That was the machine at work. A lot of people like to say it was my girlfriend, but I'd be a little less embarrassed if it was her. If I can't handle the machine I work with, what am I doing working with it? You know what I'm saying?
Oh, man, true enough. So tell us about what kind of events you got coming up, man. I know you got the Masquerade Ball, which sounds like it's going to be really cool. Did you guys make that free now?
Yeah, I'm going to hand it over to the fundraiser chair. When I was fundraiser chair, when I was in it, I had come up with the idea, got it going, and I left, and I am now an alumni of Oxford House. I'm no longer a member in a house, so I can't hold that chair position. So I'll hand it over to them, let them explain more about what it's about, what's going on, who, what, when, and where.
All right.
So everything's still similar to how Raj started it, but we do have it being free now, so that way anybody who's in recovery doesn't have to find a way to get that $40 to be able to come in and get the information that we're offering at the event. And so you're able to come as you are. I mean, if you want to dress up, go right ahead. It's still a masquerade theme. You know, we're probably going to be dressed up and, you know, not flashy, but you know what I mean. And then we do have a guest speaker, Mike Lip. All the tables, they're going to have their chance to speak for at least 5 minutes to explain why they're there and what they can offer the community and to those people still struggling. And then we have, of course, major raffles going on. Raj got us a cabin donated, and then him and his girl got them a ski pass.
Sky Park.
Yeah, he knew.
It's the sky lift and sky deck and lights over Gatlinburg. It's me and my girlfriend got a $200 gift card for that to go along with the 2 nights in a cabin down there.
It's cool.
It's even got a fancy little heart jacuzzi in the room. It's really cute.
So hopefully it's a couple getting that prize, you know. Otherwise someone's going to have to find someone. And then Kaylee got another amazing donation.
It is for a slingshot rental. I think it's $250. It's a gift card. It's like one of them fancy little things you see on the road with the top off of it and the 2 wheels up front and the one in the back. Yeah. It's a friend of mine, Dylan Street, owns a business down here, and he's also, you know, like we are, and he gave us that rental too. So, or that raffle, not rental. So we can also raffle that off. I'm excited about the raffles. I really am. I think we'll have a good turnout with making it not $40. Like, my vision was we had in this area, it's kind of like a desert. It's starting to get better with recovery, and I come from a recovery in Louisville, which when you're in Louisville, you recover, you die, basically. And they have resources for housing and vehicles and jobs, and they have such this abundance of people that will help with all these things, college, housing while you're in the college, family support. And so one of our main goals is to be able to get the resources here in Paducah out to the people that need them. I know when I started Googling and getting into other resources, there's a lot here I didn't even know about. A bunch of counseling, a bunch of the medicated assisted treatment, in addition to other sober livings. There's a lot in Paducah, and we want to try to bring them all together. Housing Coalition, non-for-profit named ABLE, and they help advocate for voting rights for people like me that's a felon, to where they automatically restore. They'll be there. There's a potential transitional house for women that's going to be there, and then another nonprofit out of Louisville. I believe it's We Clean Up Well, I believe. Okay. So we're hoping to get a whole bunch of different people, Goodwill and all these other places in there, so that a person like me can walk in maybe out of jail or just fresh on the street again in Oxford or wherever, and go to these different places and maybe find vocational training and numbers where they can connect with other people.
We'll be right back.
Hey y'all, did you know it's illegal to own just one guinea pig in Switzerland because they get lonely? Here at Turning Point, we don't want you to ever be lonely either. That's why we're open 7 days a week from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. Always feel free to come hang with our friendly staff, and don't forget your guinea pig. We're located at 415 Broadway Street, downtown Paducah.
Hello everybody. You want to know something? My biggest issue with meetings is, despite their name, they are never about me. Here at Turning Point, all of our meetings are for you and about you. We have meetings at least 3 times a day, 7 days a week. We are located at 415 Broadway, Paducah, Kentucky. Call 270-444-3621 for more information.
We've also got other places like Near Town Recovery, Serenity Recovery from Murray. They're showing up. We got
Mountain of Hope.
Mountain of Hope.
Yeah, we're hoping to get Center Point in there and Lifeline, because they're 2 major points too.
Right.
So.
And also, I just want to put out there that the donation for the cabin came from Kentucky Care, and they're going to probably be setting the table up as well, since they're a big part of the event.
Yeah.
And we do know Turning Point's going to have a table there as well, which is great, because they're a huge part of the recovery world now here in Paducah that I know of.
So from the past, I heard you guys were in a battle with Oxford House for raffles, so try to beat this one.
Not that I knew of.
Someone had said that we didn't show up, or that we didn't bring a raffle to the overdose awareness. They were expecting us to bring one because we were on a raffle battle.
Oh, I don't know who that was. But I'm out of the loop on all that. When did you, Kaylee, when did you live in Louisville?
I graduated Freedom House in April of 21. I actually had my son. I had him in Jefferson County. He turns 3 in 2 days. And so I went through Freedom House. He was my little sidekick the whole time. It was amazing being able to keep my baby with me the whole entire time I was in treatment. Graduated that program in April of 21.
So I lived, that's awesome. I lived in Louisville for 20 years, and that was when I was in the madness the whole time, and I had never got involved in recovery up there at all until I got down here. And I'm glad that there's such a strong recovery in this community, in this town, but I know that there was a lot going on there too that I had no idea about, because one, I wasn't looking for it. I wasn't being forced into it. I just struggled, but I'm glad that there's so many good resources up there, and that you're helping bring some of them down here and getting people involved. That's awesome to hear, man. So what other events do you guys have coming up or fun? I know, you got Oxford House has all kinds of fun things they do, and I know it's different depending on where you're at. Like, different chapters have different, different places have different events, and you guys take from each other, and you have big meetups, campouts, and DC and all those things.
So events that we got yearly that go on is there's a camp out for Oxford House. It's the state convention or state workshop. It's out in Cumberland Falls. It's a camp out for 2 or 3 days out there. That's coming up in May, I think. And then again, we went to World, right? When I was here last time, we were building up some money in the fundraiser to go to World Convention, which was in D.C. this year. And every other year it's in D.C., and years in between it's in a different state. So this year it's in Orlando, Florida. So me and my girlfriend and three other people from our area end up going to D.C. A total of, I think, 75 from Kentucky went all over the state. There's 18 chapters. But those are right now the future events that I know of for the whole state. Other than Chapter 4, we still got to come up with some more events. But the past events we've had, we had that bingo that we were here last time talking about, and then we've had car washes all throughout the summer. We also had an airsoft competition. We went out into the airsoft field and
that turned out pretty good, didn't it?
It turned out really well. It turned out better than what I thought it was going to turn out. You know what I'm saying? We made a good amount and had fun and all that. There's other areas around the state. They've had sumo wrestling tournaments. They get one of those blow-up sumo wrestling things and they run at each other.
Yeah.
A lot of the areas had Halloween parties, did stuff during that. There's also, for the women, because Oxford House promotes women's empowerment. That's what it is. So they have a women's convention they just start once a year to show the women that they have a voice and they're powerful within their own recovery. I don't go to the event. I'm not a woman, so I don't know what was all entailed there. But a lot of the women have fun when they go there. It's a good thing for them to get involved too. Yeah.
I know other things that aren't so much on that big scale, and it's not really fundraising, but like for our house, we're in the same house, and we do like unity days in order to grow our house, and we just cooked breakfast the other day, and it's amazing getting to be there with other women and cook breakfast, and you know, you think, oh my God, I cook breakfast and I got to eat with them, but it's a lot of fun. And what we've learned is it makes our house stronger and it makes accountability more comfortable, because it's super uncomfortable at first to be like, excuse me, hey, you know, it's just uncomfortable because it's bred in us not to do that. You know,
Right.
For me, it was bred into me to keep my mouth shut. It's nobody's business, like to hold all this stuff inside. And today, to be able to go up there and be like, you might be, you know, just a suggestion. And our house has gotten to where, through Unity has helped a lot. We went bowling.
I wasn't there for that, so.
Oh, my bad.
The house I was in, we went to Atomic City a couple of times.
I've seen that. I've seen the houses do fun things like that, and I think that is probably crucial. I mean, you got to build those bonds with the people you live with. If you're always just avoiding each other, then when there's a conflict, there's going to be you're immediately just going to be up in arms about it because you don't have a relationship with these people, and everybody's going to be blaming, and it could be a mess. To build those bonds with people, and that's what recovery's all about, man. You know, I think that's what's so great about having a strong recovery community, is to have a large group of people who've had a lot of the same experiences, have had a lot of the same struggles, and we're here all trying to better ourselves, work on ourselves, improve, and we can't do it alone, you know. So it's like you build those friends, you build those connections, it's great to have a community of partners that support us. Like, you got all these people coming out to your event to support you and raise awareness and help people and let people know about things they don't even know about that's going on in the community. And like you said, you're finding out about things going on around here that you didn't know about through this process. I mean, it's amazing. And I think that those unity nights are a really crucial part of that. Like, you're doing the fun, bigger events, but that small, personal, like the houses. Like, I know, like, there's several Oxford houses in this town, and, you know, some of them will do well for a while, and then you get a bad seed in there, and they'll go down, and it's constantly, like, a roller coaster. It can be. But then I've seen houses that are, like, have a crew in there that's, like, been there for a long time, and they're all succeeding and lifting each other up and trying to help each other. And, you know, there's successes and failures when people are going to fall, but you always give them opportunities to, like, address it and come back, and I love that about the Oxford House, man.
The house that I was in right before I left, there was only 6. There was 2 out of 8 that were newcomers that hadn't been there 6 months or longer. So that's how long that we stay stable at that house. And one of the unity events that I came up with while I was there was we had a unity breakfast every morning like they did. But we also did a unity deep clean like once a month, you know, because, you know, deep clean, you just, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that brought people together, a bunch of 8 men just walking around cleaning the house at 9 in the morning, you know what I'm saying, right before our house meeting.
Yeah. Yeah. Not high.
Yeah.
right. Cleaning baseboards and not being down there with a toothbrush for days. Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
I
That's
mean, we're
great.
even able to get other houses together for unity, to help a house that is probably new with everybody in there, to help show them that, like, this is what your house can be if you guys are able to build that unity, that trust. You can always contact us, reach out to us, because we've been there and we want to be able to help you. That's what we're here for,
We'll be right back.
You never thought you'd be here. This was not in your plans. You knew it could always happen, but not you, right? If someone told you in the beginning that you'd live in a car, destroy your family, sleep on the street, flatline on a stretcher, or that all the bad company that handed you that first drink, smoke, pill, or needle would be nowhere to be found today, you would have said no way. But here you are, and addiction took everything. What now? Well, you weren't the only one, and it doesn't have to end here. You just have to reach out for help. There is a life on the other side of an addiction crisis. At Turning Point Recovery Center, we're here with the resources you need to start that new beginning.
That's what like with Gemma House, they're a pretty strong house, and that's what I like to say. Was Gemma was like the base model of Momo's, kind of like to show their houses what's possible because of the strength, the unity, the sobriety, all that stuff there. And when, like I said, like she said, when they came in, the house had 3 or 4 girls in it, and it was struggling real bad. And like I said, I seen in her that she could do real good and help build that house back up. And now they got a full house with 3 kids in it.
Yes, we have a 9-year-old, an 8-year-old, and a 12-year-old.
no, they're both 8.
Okay, 2 8s and a 12. And I know when I got in that house 6 months ago, I think the bank account was like $300 and some odd. It was, I walk into this house meeting and I'm like, whoa, like there was no organized, like they were struggling because they had a bunch of trouble keeping consistent members in there. They went through a real rough time, but I mean, today, like I said, we have unity. We have our issues. Don't get me wrong, but we've learned how to handle them issues. Like you said, you get 2 people bickering sometimes, but we've learned as a house to be like, whoa. Like we sometimes step in and we're like, we need to have a seat and we need to be grown women here and let's have a conversation because perception's reality. And most of the time, there's just this like perception that's off, and once there's somebody there to talk about that, it completely changes the atmosphere.
Very true. That's awesome.
I do know that they had talked about coming up with a future bingo event again somewhere, trying to get another one of those going.
Yeah.
Remember last time I was here, I came up with the light bulb idea. So it's not just a house, it's a lifestyle, and I told you that I was going to get a hoodie made out of it.
Mm-hmm.
There's the hoodie.
There it is.
Yeah.
And talking about Bill, when you started off, talking about how Oxford House is a good place to start off. And I kind of took a piece out of the AA literature, kind of with the Sala Foundation, which I based my recovery, is what's on the back of that hoodie. So but the way it started for me was, although I was in Center Point, but when I got out, my recovery really didn't start until I hit the streets and out of Center Point and in a house. So that's what
Yeah, it usually doesn't start till you start applying it. Like, learning about it is great, but when you're in that bubble, especially like when I was in Center Point, it was locked down for COVID the whole time, so we weren't getting out of anywhere. Mine literally didn't start till I left there, but it's important to get out there and start practicing it. Once you start applying it, I know that like I didn't know whether or not you were going to make it when you got out because I sponsored you there. And I was like, I don't know. I'm rooting for him though, but yeah, you got in the Oxford House and you just clicked with it, man. You just jumped in full steam ahead, and you're now alumni and moved out all the way to next door.
right next door.
Which is great, man. It's worked for you, and I've given you a hard time about it, but some before, but I think it's great because you found something that works for you, that you're passionate about, that's kept you involved, that and it's helping people, and you're inspiring other people to do that. So
that was my whole meaning on it. They tell you when you're in Center Point or wherever you're in the program at, they say stay plugged in. Find somewhere to get in someone's pocket and stay plugged in. And that's what I had found in Oxford House. I was able to stay plugged in. I can go to these events. I can come up with events. We can do it as a team. And it's helped me out significantly. Like Centerpoint saved my life, or Oxford House has extended my life, really. So
Yeah.
You should make that a hoodie.
Yeah.
yeah. Just speaking
Just
of
everything you say, we're just gonna turn into a hoodie.
that hoodie right there she's wearing, that's from Illinois. That's Illinois' hoodie they brought to World Convention. That's Kentucky, the state of Kentucky's we brought, and then that's Chapter 4's, and then I think this hat came from Oklahoma, and I'm not sure where the trucker cap came
Now,
from.
do I get to keep this hoodie? Or the
No.
what, bro? I don't get to keep
I'm
it.
possession 910. You're gonna have to ask Desi about that
crazy.
one.
Well, I mean, you can try to get it off me, but you already got one black eye. So.
Matter of fact, I think that actual hoodie might be our outreach workers, because he bought it and laid it down at the World, and he left and went away, and I texted him and said, "Man, I accidentally sold your hoodie." He's like, "I ain't worried about it," and I've had it ever since, and he's never asked for it back. So I mean, that might be his. He might have to black his eye.
I'm not blacking anybody's eye. You can have the hoodie back, bro. Huh?
We don't live that life no more.
Exactly. Well, what else you want to talk about?
I don't know. Future stuff. I don't know. Just want to come out here and have a good time and show the girls, and kind of like leadership. You know what I'm saying? That another light bulb. That's what, like, I tried to lead the residents that are currently in Oxford House in the right direction, and show them the way that I was taught by someone that came through and did the same thing that I did. You know what I'm saying? There's people that I look up to in the recovery community that I mirror my leadership off of, although some people might not take it as leadership qualities at the time. They might take it as, like, maybe being a little bossy.
Right,
But
I'm
my
sure.
my
I'm sure you bumped
approach
heads
to
with
it
people.
sometimes is off kilter. But I mean, I'm trying. You know what I'm saying? We're all trying. But when emotions and feelings get involved, there are apologies, there is acceptance, and you just got to figure out where you played your part. And
Yeah, none of us come into this thing being perfect at it, man. You
Right.
know, it's a work in we're works in progress. You know, and you put forth a lot of action, and I'm proud of you for where you've come. And for me, like, that's how I sponsor, man. I don't. You know, I've read the book, I read the Bible, but I don't, like, beat people over the head with it. You know, I'll try to lead by example and sponsor by example, and say, hey, look, you can succeed at this, you can have fun at this, you can help other people at this, and you're going to be spiritually rewarded. Your life's going to be better. You're going to have happiness and peace and joy. Like, those are the things I've found in sobriety, and I just try to live the way that shows that to other people. And, like, if you want what I have, like, this is what you got to do.
you found the promises, right?
Yeah, promises keep coming true. You know, and it's a blessing, man. It's a blessing, and I know they're available to everyone. You know, it literally only requires you applying, you know, and trying to live by spiritual principles. You know, that's what it's all about.
There's sometimes some people in the community that are like, I can't, I don't know how. Well, with me is I like to tell them, when I got into recovery, I put away with the excuses and I come up with results. And the results causes happiness, joyousness, and all that. So
Hoodie.
Oh.
Squirrel. Shiny.
All right, well, I appreciate you guys coming on, man, and sharing a little bit about these. Are always fun, man. I'm looking. Did we tell you the date for the masquerade ball?
February 10th starts at 4, doors open.
Okay, and it's at
Walker Hall.
Walker Hall. All right, it's gonna be fun. So thanks to y'all again.
Are you bringing your new daddy date with?
You know what? I knew this was going to come up, and this is going to be a hard. Honestly, bro, I was going to come, and she already has tickets to another prom night that same night that we're going to.
That funds something in Africa or something, don't it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Uganda.
Yeah.
Labor of Love. It's a prom night. We're going to that. So I hate to miss the masquerade ball, but, you know.
Well, that one don't start till like 5. You can at least show up, because ours starts at 4, same area.
Yeah, maybe we'll drop in and grace the dance floor with our presence.
There you go.
Who's DJing this? DJ Sober Ninja?
No, it's going to be, we're going to be talking about it Sunday, but some guy named Smiley.
Yeah, Smiley Sounds, I think, is
Yeah.
what he is on Facebook. We actually got the suggestion last night while we were at a different house helping them with their house meeting. And so she gave us a number. We talked to him, and we just got to bring it to the fundraiser committee Sunday.
Yep.
And then we'll have an answer.
The DJ Sober Ninja was like, there was no DJ to begin with. It was we needed to fill that spot. So ninjas are non-existent.
Yeah.
So
Oh, so that was a made-up DJ?
Yeah.
It's a good DJ name.
Yeah.
Right?
I always said my DJ name would be DJ Scratch and Sniff. But anyway, thanks for coming on. Check us out on YouTube or listen to our audio versions on Apple, Google, Spotify, Podbean, and Amazon Music. And as always, stay grateful.
and if you want a safe, sober recovery environment to live in, www.oxfordvacancies.com.
And stay grateful.
If you or someone you know is struggling with addiction or in recovery and needs guidance, speak with Turning Point's team of peer support specialists by calling 270-444-3621. You are not alone, and we are proof that recovery is possible.
All you have to do is believe. You have to believe in yourself. Believe that you can do it. Believe that a place at the top is waiting for you. If you are ready to work for it, to sacrifice for it, to breathe it, to live for it. Every step you take must be with intention and directed towards your goal. When you will understand that, you will be able to work with everything inside you with passion, drive, and power.
People often ask what the secret to success is, as if there is only one. There isn't one secret. There's not one magic button you push and then overnight you become successful. It's a process of hard work and mastering your craft. It's the dedication to stick it out and find a way to reach.